everyone, Farmer Min here. Welcome to Green River 2017 for this quick little cultivator mod review. Actually, two of them. The first one is the Lizard C3000. Has a working speed of 17 kilometers per hour. Required power on this is 120 horsepower and has a working width of 3 meters. This is by GrasslandMods. Okay, just a little cultivator, and we'll get into it more detailed. These first four are the Lizard 3000 cultivator. This last one is the, I don't know if you would pronounce it Rabe, I have no idea, Bluebird GH 3000. Pretty much the exact same thing, except this one has required power of 150 horsepower instead of 120. Working speed is the same, working width is the same, and it is by the same mod author, GrasslandMods. Now, when you look at the two, the only difference that I can tell is on the Lizard, the baskets have reflective tape on the back. This one does not. However, this one has kind of a light signage bar across the back with lights and reflective hazard tape on it. That's kind of the only difference that I can tell by these cultivators. In the store, there is a difference. Whoops, sorry about that. A couple little things that I noticed up front is the cultivator sweeps on these is very confusing to me. I've never seen them before, because what it looks like is a combination between an upside down shovel and a cultivator sweep. So a cultivator sweep is this part right here. It's got the two angles on it. That would be a sweep with a pointed front. A shovel would be like a chisel plow shovel, which is this up thing here. And when you pull it, it would have the pointed part facing down. This has kind of got an oblong thing. I've never seen them, and you know, I'm sure somewhere in the world maybe they are like this, but to me it looks like a cross between a cultivator sweep and a chisel plow shovel put in together for one, and I don't know what good that would do. That's just me. It does have discs in the back and a basket behind that. Other than that, it's pretty simple. When you go into the store for this Bluebird, Rabe, this Bluebird, right here, there are no options on it. So it's going to cost you $8,000 for that cultivator. If you go into the Lizard ones, the C3000, it's cheaper. I think the exact same thing for $5,800, but you have options. You can change the main color to the plethora of color palettes available, and then you have options on the design. You have a gray substructure, a black substructure, a white substructure, and a substructure main color. Okay, so I'll explain that to you. So if you go and look, here is the gray substructure, which just means everything below the frame, the basket, the discs, and the sweeps. Okay, this is the black, and of course the white. Now when you get to the substructure main color, which doesn't make any sense to me because they might as well just call it substructure yellow, because no matter what combination you do, it's always going to be yellow. In the store, the Lizard, see, the main color always comes up yellow. That's like a default. So that's what the substructure main color is, always yellow. Okay, so you can have all different kinds of combinations, and here's just some that I just put out here. Okay, so you can change the main color, and then you have 4 choices between the bottom half: gray, black, white, or yellow. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now, I have been playing around on this map with some different equipment, trying out a few things, kind of exploring here just a little bit. But right out here, I wanted to do a little experiment, and I haven't done this, so this is going to be new for me as well. First of all, we have the Lizard. Now, there is one thing that you can do. You can unfold it. And the only thing that unfolds is the outside discs on both sides fold up and down, which really makes absolutely no sense to me, because out, it's not wider than the basket. So if you're folding it for traveling down the road, it ain't gonna do you any good because the baskets are just as wide, if not wider. So, oh well. Put her in the ground. It does. It sinks in the ground pretty good. And if you go, you know, I'm going about 10 miles per hour, so that would be about right for what they say. It does its job. It pulls pretty quick. It is cultivating. And it goes. No big deal. Lifts up. I have noticed on these things, and on both of them, and maybe there are other cultivators that kind of do the same thing, is when you set it down on something, it sinks into the ground. And maybe that's true with a bunch of other things. I just haven't noticed that. So that it does, sinks in the ground. If we go to the other one, the Bluebird, the Rabe Bluebird, same thing. You can fold in and out. To me, makes absolutely no difference, except this one, you will get lights on the back, the two lights. But, you put it in the ground, you go 10 miles an hour as well, pulls no problem, tires don't seem to be slipping, and you have your cultivated ground texture. So yeah, so if you're on a map with small fields and just looking for something a little different, here's two options for you. They do the exact same thing. To me, they look exactly alike. The one you have a little choice in color options with the lizard one, and I think this one will sink into the ground as well. Which, you know, a little disappointing. I wish it wouldn't do that. If you happen to unhook it, it will pop right back up. So it only sinks in when you when it's hooked up to the tractor and in the lowered position. Maybe that just has to do with the way it works with the ground. I bet it probably would be. So if it didn't sink in, then it wouldn't cultivate anything. So that must be the same way. Well, that's it. Pretty simple. Two little cultivators out. In my opinion, except for the light bar in the back, the exact same thing. I mean, even, you know, same mod author. I really can't notice any big differences between the two. So there you have it. All right. Well, if you haven't checked out this map, Green River, I did do a map tour on it. It was out, well, as you're watching this, it would be out yesterday as you're watching this. Kind of interesting map, but very flat. Interesting, but flat. But it's got some cool features. A lot of water on it. Kind of nice. Field size differs. But yeah, there you have it. Well, hope that helped. If you happen to like it, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And from Green River 2017, Farmer Min telling you, have a great day. Keep between the ditches. So long.